So I actually found out recently that my family and my coworkers are not watching us. I just want to let everyone know that perhaps this is not the video to watch if you are my family or coworkers.
Similarly, mom and dad, don't watch this video. My coworkers, you don't understand what I'm saying, but also don't watch this video.
Okay, what's the blowjob pose?
Hi, Tokyo Tops!
We are having a new guest today, welcoming Ted! For you, what do you think my outfit today I pick up for myself? What do you think? Just be honest.
Just be honest?
Just be honest.
Well, I think the best thing about your fashion is that you're so comfortable. You really dress for yourself. You don't really care about what other people think of you.
Oh my god!
Bitch, the fuck?
We should definitely do it again.
We totally
Maybe
should.
next time we can make over Anju.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
love
idea.
that.
Yeah, I like that idea.
So if you guys remember, we have the best 7 things to do around Tokyo, and lots of people actually having questioned or private messaging Anju about the blowjob bar.
It's funny actually because I think it started off very casually when we were just talking about it, and that was the thing that got people's attention. You know, out of all of that, it was like, what? What is this bar?
I mean, I think it's really something that's attention grabbing because before coming here, it had never even occurred to me that such a thing could exist. Why would you combine the two? I mean, why wouldn't you combine the two things? Ooh.
Oh, I would say it's a venue for a hobby, right?
It's a place for enthusiasts.
Is your enthusiast? Is that yeah?
Enthusiasts.
Okay. People are going there either to give or receive blowjobs. It's from other people, and then depending on the place you go, some have bar aspects where you actually sit down and have a drink.
There are 2 significant places that we know about among the various blowjob bars in Tokyo. The first one is in Shinjuku, and it is called
Glory Hole Bar.
they have a sister branch in Ueno. Then there is another place in Nakano called Sucked Glory Tokyo.
Yes.
So before going to one of these blowjob bars, if you don't know the rules, it can be very like nerve-wracking or like anxiety-inducing. Yeah.
So you pay an entrance fee over there, and you get a key, you get a locker, a designated locker for yourself.
Depending on the place, they will use glow stick rings.
Yeah. Glow sticks.
And
Yeah.
different places have different meanings attached to the glow sticks. For example, there is one specific place, and they just have one color of glow stick.
Yep.
And this will be a great Japanese lesson for you, everyone. The glow stick means shaku inu. Shaku inu. Shaku comes from shakuhachi, which is like a flute. Inu means dog. It basically means someone who is a total dog for the shakuhachi.
Super.
And the one in Shinjuku, they have different colors. They actually have like explanation in both Chinese and English. So it was not confusing at all. You can see.
Very international.
Well, that is also good to point out as well, is that it's international in that way. So it's totally fine for people visiting the country when that's available to try these out. And then, you know, people have their one drink, and then probably in between that drink and the next one they order, then they go to the back.
Or you
just
straight to the back, and you can use your one drink to get
the whole way
as like a
Fresh up.
like a breather.
Oh, as a palate cleanser?
Palate cleanser. Yes. The Shinjuku place in particular, because it is a bar, people will just chat at the bar. They'll chat with the bartender. They'll chat with each other. It really feels like a totally normal bar, and it can be kind of like jarring to then go in the back and see the complete 180 where it's like a library. You don't talk at all in the back. You just, you conduct your business. So. And they are both ostensibly the same category establishment, but there are some pretty significant differences between them.
So one of the differences is that the Nakano one we talked about a little bit before is not really so much of a bar aspect. You're pretty much going there for your music lessons.
Yeah.
You know, and then you leave. Where the Glory Hole Bar is much more focused on I feel it's like half bar. It's very
It's almost exactly half.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing about Nakano one. You go in the back space, back rooms. On the right hand side, there's a lie down room.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The one that's closest is the 69 room.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. 69 room. That's true. Then on the other end, there's glossy reflective flooring.
Oh, the mirror room.
And the mirrors everywhere, yeah.
Mirrors everywhere.
So that's a little bit more kinky and they actually have vibrators.
And tattoo wands.
Exactly. Each of the stalls have either a door or a curtain. And so I think people choose, or at least I choose, what room to go into or not to go into based on that. Because obviously if you have a curtain, there's gonna be like, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of fun thing about these bars as well, is because like, you could go in there, close the door, lock it, and then just look. Like, you don't have to, you can choose.
That's true. The level of engagement.
Yeah, that's perfect, especially for someone who might just be going there out of curiosity.
I was very shocked about the Nakano place. Just for your information, I actually didn't do anything that day.
Like,
zero.
Nothing.
But is that because you like to watch?
I feel it's very, people who have bigger body structure are more popular over there.
Yes, I would agree.
So I was denied.
You were denied? You were rejected? Really?
Yeah.
None came your way?
No.
And what room did you go into?
Well, I didn't go into any
So you
room.
stood in the hall.
Everyone was lining up on the hall.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was just standing there and nothing happened. So it was very difficult of like engaging other people.
Right.
So I started to like watching other people doing it. There's one guy, okay? Super self-absorbed. He took off his shirt and there was a mirror over there. He would just like stare at himself like acting like, oh, I'm so hot and fucking these people. And he actually just used that person as a tool.
Yeah.
And that was very interesting. I feel like it's a very more like jockey place. People are very like 体育会みたいな感じが.
Like a gym, like sporty.
Yeah, it's more for like people like doing amifto, like American football. I feel like a lot of people are that body type. Nobody showed me any attention.
Okay, so question. Okay, yeah, so go on. Piggyback off that,
Well, I mean, I don't have a question. I think I have my assessment ready. But we can talk about strategy.
Yeah, what he did wrong.
Okay, but I want to say something before we get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so compare to the Shinjuku one, I was instantly grabbed when I get into the space. I didn't I didn't even 1 minute. I was instantly grabbed by multiple people and pushed.
Wait, what?
Whoa,
just to clarify, was
whoa.
this consensual? Did you like it?
I went to the Shinjuku one and thought it was super boring. This is just my personal guess / feeling, is that it's in West Shinjuku. And the gay area is on the east side.
So it really kind of it captures a clientele that is not the typical like gay scene. Gay. So it's a lot of people who are like on the periphery. They will even say on their website, like, we welcome people who are in the closet, we welcome people who are married, we welcome bisexual or straight or still figuring things out. And in that sense, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yes, the clientele will be different. One of the things that I have noted about the two different places, I think that the Nakano place is much more popular in terms of the people who go there. But I find that the more popular it is, the more guys that are there, the pickier.
Yeah.
So like when I've had similar experiences where I would wait, or I would like sit in a thing, and no one would approach me at all. They're very, very much like wait and see, like even if they are interested. By contrast, the Shinjuku one, I feel, even though there's smaller people, in general, they're much more easygoing. And I think that's tied to, one, the alcohol consumption, and two, the kind of camaraderie that you have, like chatting at the bar. They're much, much, much more, in my experience, willing to play a little song with you.
I think there's an opportunity, a chance where you're talking, even if I'm talking with the bartender, people around me can see, oh, he's having a good conversation, he looks friendly, this and that. I agree, I fully agree with that. And then you go in the back and people, they don't know you, but they get a
interest. It's almost like
there's a vibe
or
or something.
Like, you see the ad, even though it doesn't make you want to buy it immediately, it kind of puts it in your mind, and you're interested later.
Whereas I do think perhaps when I'm at the Nakano one, people don't know who I am, what my deal is, whatever. Maybe they don't know if I can speak Japanese, they don't know even if I like Japanese, like some people do that as well. They come and they say, "Do you like Japanese people?" And for me, I think like,
Right.
but
Well, I mean,
of course I
think
do.
That, of course, is you're being a non-East Asian person. You're gonna have an entirely different layer, a totally different aspect to your experience that Meng and I don't have as East Asian people. Even though we all speak Japanese and live in Japan and are familiar with Japanese culture.
And Japanese music.
J-pop.
K-pop.
The people who want to have their flutes played go in the cubicles and sit down.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you're out there
Yeah.
lining up or whatever, people will pass and look in.
Yeah.
And if you lock your eyes, then you stay there. You keep looking. You keep not like creepy looking, but just you keep that eye contact. You turn away. You go back to see if it's still there. I think in Nakano there's a lot of like silent.
It's very much like library code of conduct.
Yeah.
Like you do not speak, and this is actually one of the things that I found so anxiety inducing before I knew the system. Like, how do you communicate things if you can't chat?
Because people are passing and it's hard to like sort of, communicate that like, hey, come on in, right? And I'm not just sitting there going like this.
Come on, Dashi.
But people come by and you're trying to lock eyes and stuff like that.
So it's more like about this area. You have to work on
think so.
a lot.
Yeah.
But do you grab people?
I don't. I feel weird about that.
Do you grab like people's
No.
ass?
If after we've had the eye contact and I feel that we've made some non-verbal cues, I might like sit near you, or I might like put my hand on your thigh, but I won't like just grab them. Some people do. I just feel weird about doing that.
I feel weird about grabbing.
Yeah.
But what I do feel is that people will, especially in the hallway, they'll stand close to each other and then just kind of try and touch there. And I think that that's a very light signal. It's not, they don't overtly go.
Yeah,
they
it's
just go
just
like,
like-
yeah.
Really?
Maybe we should like hold up.
Yeah.
No, I feel
Like that, yeah. Like that happens a lot. And then I know.
I've never seen this before.
So, but it's very
subtle.
subtle. And then another one as well is, this happens is you're looking at someone and then someone has to take the chance, or make the move.
Yeah.
So usually it's the person outside, they start to go in. They go in the room and you're gonna find, the person saying that they don't want you in, they're gonna go like this and avert. Help me. And then at that point, oh, okay, and then you leave the room.
see.
I mean, it's a shitty feeling because I'm like, oh.
I'm rejecting.
Yeah, but it serves
The
purpose of communicating,
Let's have a kiki.
I wanna have a kiki.
Lock the door.
I'll tell you a story about a time in the Shinjuku bar, which may or may not have been the time when I went with Meng. They were having a special event where you wear masks. So I had glasses on and I didn't have contacts. I can't wear glasses with a mask, so I can't really see
what's coming
going
at you.
on.
Oh no.
So it took me some time to find a partner. I eventually did. He was super cute. It was hot. It was really good. And he starts to take off my mask because he's like, let me see your face. Blah, blah, blah. And then he puts the mask back on.
Oh no.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes, he just kind of puts it back on. I was like mildly offended, but not offended enough to stop playing. That was one interesting experience that I had.
Let me share something interesting to you.
Okay.
It may sound very disgusting, but I was watching you doing him on the next door.
Oh yeah? Okay.
I was
What did you
like-
think of my technique?
Hey, you like?
This is exactly why I would never. He wants to go to these places with me, and I'm like, no,
No,
because
why not? It
I
was
know
so
he would
funny.
just, his whole thing would be to
It was so
find me
Okay.
having.
And then-
This is coming from the guy who's like, I don't want to go to these places. I'm innocent. I don't.
Okay. Anyway.
So, anyways, I'm in a stall getting my flute played, and there is a super hot guy next to me in a different one. Again, there's like a slit in the wall where you can see.
Yeah.
And he's also getting his flute played. And we look at each other and we connect each other's like eyes, and I found him real attractive, and I don't know what he thought of me, but he was looking at me. And then we look back to what we're doing and stuff like that. And then I feel his hand come through the hit the wall and grabbed my hand.
That is so cute.
Right, right.
Oh my God.
And so we're sitting there and we're both getting our food played, but we're holding each other's hand and like caressing each other and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like I love like those little moments of like intimacy.
It
I
was
guess.
intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't expect that in that way.
In general, I would say Japanese culture is not super intimate, so people can be starved for touch. So like to be able to get that to get that even in a place like a blowjob bar, I think is so great. So each place actually has their own Twitter account. They'll talk about special events, like their mask or whatever. You can also see how many customers are there at each time. Take that with a grain of salt because I mean they're not great at math.
And also by the time you get there.
That part. If you have any questions, you can send Tokyo Bottom a DM.
Yeah.
Send Ted
or
a
send
DM.
Ted
I'm not answering the
a
questions.
DM. There you go.
My socials are linked below. Hey Ted Meow on Twitter and Instagram. Give me a follow, give me a DM. I'll tell you what's up.
Okay, definitely. So just want to touch upon on the events theme. Sometimes they have different dress code. They have different, like discount or for certain categories. So definitely check out their Twitter and also like their website. I guess. Yeah. So we're gonna have everything linked below.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.